Hey guys, it's another video from theappdream.com. I was actually doing some research on some average salaries in India. Because of my outsourcing, I keep a few things in mind. Now I know it's not uncommon to find people paying about $1,500 to $2,000 for their apps, but if your app is relatively very simple and there's no real crazy animation or it can be done with just some general programming. It's just maybe a few app screens. It could have a few video functions or social media functions or just not things like crazy bird styles, right? Then what you normally find is that you may get bids that are people may bid $1,000, $2,000 to do your job, but you got to keep a few things in mind when you're actually awarding your job to someone, particularly in India. In India, $1 Australian is actually 50 rupees, right? 1 rupee is their kind of dollar equivalent. And $1 Australian is about $1 American, give or take a few cents at the moment. So if you're from the US, it's pretty much the same thing. Why I point that out is because I just came across um, this post on Yahoo Answers. I just googled salaries in India, and look what the average salary is. Educated professionals, 25,000 rupees to 35,000 rupees per month. Now that translates into about 500 to $700 per month, right? So this is really the bracket you're working with. Most of the people that bid on your project fall between these categories. To get in, they're very rarely CEOs. CEOs usually work as CEOs, and senior level professionals, I'm assuming they mean doctors and qualifications, dentists and qualifications like that. So 60,000 rupees is about $1,200 to $4,000, 2 lakhs. 1 lakh is 100,000 rupees. So you can ignore this. You can ignore the rest. Let's just look at this. So if we look at this, then $500 to $700 per month is their average salary. Your app will probably take them about 5 days of eight hours of work per day to finish, or say even 10 days, right? Which is one third of this. One third of 500, let's just say one third of 700 bucks. That's $200 or 250 bucks, around ish. So you can see for 10 days worth of work that they do in India, they get about 250 bucks. So if you're going to spend 1 grand developing your app, you've given them a month and a half's wage, which is a lot of money for them. So when you're bargaining your job, right, keep this in mind. That's why a lot of the jobs that I do, my budget's about $400, $500 max, because I know that I'm giving them a lot of money from their standards. I'm giving them a whole month's worth of work for $500, right? They've got to work 8 hours a day in their profession to earn the same as that what they're going to earn with me, and all they do with me is maybe a few 3 to 4 hours of work a day for maybe 2 weeks. So I just wanted to point this out because I know a lot of people get ripped off, particularly when they're dealing with countries overseas. Because what's happened now is a lot of people from countries overseas, in India, China, etc. They used to two different types of customers. One are local customers that know the local currency there and know what's a good price and what's not a good price. Another customer is people like us from countries that are very foreign to India, and so do not understand that we think what they're giving us, the service they're giving us, is very cheap, and it may be cheap when you compare it to standards in this country, but it's you can get it done a lot cheaper, right? And they'd be laughing knowing that you're paying so much. So I just really want to point that out because I know that a lot of people pay a lot, way too much for their apps to get developed. Anyway, that's all I wanted to point out in this video. I hope you guys learned something. Subscribe, comment below, and yeah, I hope you guys the best of luck with your app development. Catch.